This is Ngobo 2010 Sharp Eye Channel. We are here at Orlando Stadium. Orlando Pirates not, Stellenbosch won, but Pirates going through to the finals. But how do you feel about the game today?
The game was tougher.
Yeah.
Tough. I think I'm a Pirates supporter, so I think Pirates were the problem in the middle. The problem in the middle, we're playing two defensive mids, but one of the mids is not actually defensive mid, which is Ndondlo. Ndondlo is a central attacking mid.
Yeah.
So he tends to turn with the ball, which puts the other players out of position because now Stellenbosch is pressing.
Yeah.
And then Stellenbosch, they're only relying on a counter.
Yeah.
As soon as they win the ball, they play behind the defense to Rainers to run into the ball.
Yes,
you see,
yes, yeah.
So which is what got Paris to struggle a little bit. And also, Maswanganyi was not in the game today because he tend to turn a lot with the ball as well, which also put us under pressure now. Because as soon as we lose the ball, we got spaces behind, and they were exploiting the spaces. They were moving the ball quick behind us. Yes. And remember as well, we didn't have Monare today. We also didn't have CBC, who's a bit more, who's a bit mobile. Mteto can play the back, but he's not mobile. So CBC is mobile. Yes, he's always there.
At least Marco is trying to push the side. Him and Hoto.
Yes, Marco. I have a problem with Marco. Marco plays as a left back come wing back, you see. But I have a problem with him as a wing back because the job of the wing back is to get behind the lines and get the ball in the box. Yeah. He doesn't do that, you see. As soon as now he loses the ball, we are out of position.
Now Umsebenzi for Kogi must come to the left.
Yes, Kogi must come to the left, which is the same problem we had with Sundowns. We lost the ball on the left-hand side, and they countered, they played the ball behind us. That's where they got the penalty, you see. Yeah. But with that, all that's being said, I think we have a big chance against Sundowns because if you look the last 2 seasons, Paris has been on a transition in terms of the team coming together, understanding the system, how to play the system, you see. So, I mean, you saw the game last year against Sundowns here. Yeah. We played 0-0. Nobody expected Paris to play like that. We measured them in every department. And they didn't even have a shot at goal last season. You see, this time, I think they had around 1 or 2 chances at goal. Yeah. But besides the penalty, there was nothing else. And also, I was talking to someone last time that watch how Sundowns play. Yeah. If you watch how Sundowns play, Sundowns is a dirty team. Sundowns is a dirty team. Yeah. Sundowns, every time you attack, they'll commit a foul. Every time.
They have a lot of fouls now. Yeah.
They have a lot of fouls. Against Pirates, they have 23 fouls. So you tell me, how does a team play if a team, every time you transit, they commit fouls? You get what I mean? Yeah. I mean, you saw against Chiefs as well yesterday. They did the same thing. They were committing fouls. So how do you play with a team that is consistently fouling? Exactly. And the referees allow them to do that. You see, the referees are allowing to do that because, I mean, football, we understand, is a game of, it's a men's game, right? Yeah. But you cannot be fouling non-stop and the opposition now cannot play. We are used to watching Messi, we are used to watching Ronaldo. The reason for that, they get protected by the referees. The referees want the game to be flowing. The reason that you have new rules by FIFA is because the game must be flowing. Exactly. But in South Africa, the game does not flow because you got teams
after 2 seconds,
you touch someone, he falls. You touch someone, the ball is out. We don't throw the ball. The goalkeepers are wasting time and stuff like that. You see. So the problem that we are having, I mean, with looking at our game against Sundowns on the 7th, if coach plays team with Monare, we have a defensive block in front of the defense because they play in the line. They play between the lines in front of the defense. We stop Zwane from playing there. We stop Allende from playing there. Right? You push them to the side. You let Mudawi have the ball. The coach had to change the system. He changed the system.
Oh, yes.
Now we didn't play an out-and-out striker. We played a false 9, a shadow 9, and who excelled in the system? Zugamanja. Yes, hence he was able to score so many goals because he's a roving striker. He's not in between the central defenders. He moves left, he moves right. As soon as the ball is going to get played in the middle, then he makes a move to the middle. That's where he was scoring his goals. So that shows that Paris has a clever coach. who can analyze and see that, okay, now I don't have a striker. Remember, people think that you need to have a sharpshooter nowadays in modern football. Modern football requires a player that moves.
Yes.
Now you no longer stand there and wait for the ball. You're not a Drogba. We don't play Drogba style. Look at Haaland from Man City. He moves. He goes left, he goes right. He's in the middle. He collects. He makes a pass and he moves. That's modern football. That's modern football. So you need now. Pirates, we have Lopasa who is moving left and right. But I have a problem with Lopasa because Lopasa most of the time he makes wrong moves. He interferes with the runs that are made by other players because he's making wrong moves. You see, he's supposed to be making a run to the far post, right? So that the middle, the attacking 10 can go behind him to receive the second ball.
Yeah. Don't you think maybe sometimes, Lepasa is failed by maybe the delay that is made by his, midfielders like Abo Maswanganyi. Sometimes, you find that, Lepasa has made the run and then now Maswanganyi start, Echigaleza get ball. Then later, after 10 seconds, then Lepasa said to be.
That is one of the reasons I expected the team today, the team that finished against Sundowns, to start the game today. I expected that because I've been telling people about Kim Vuidi. That's a very exceptional player because he carries the ball forward. He plays with no fear. You see, Boma Songanyi, it's like Bane fear. He goes forward and then Kim Vuidi doesn't turn with the ball. He's always going forward. He's the same as Kapinga, right? But if you're going to play Kapinga, if you're going to play Kim Vuidi, as I'm saying to you now, you need those two strong men in the middle so that when they lose the ball, you got cover. You got cover. You got cover, you got structure at the back. You see, so it's 5 going forward, it's 5 defending. You see, so when you have Ndlondo, he tends to forget that I must go and defend. You see, and he doesn't win a lot of balls. And also, if you saw Stellenbosch, first half, they were bypassing our middle by playing the ball behind us. So now, Ndlondo is running up and down. Paloni is running up and down. You see, because they're playing the ball behind us all the time. They're not playing like Sundowns, whereby now Siagwazu will win, Nabo, Balu win, Stellenbosch, they get the ball behind us quickly. They kick the ball forward. So it's difficult to play against teams like that. And obviously, their plan as well, Stellenbosch, was to score early.
And they did,
Yes, that was the plan, to score early. If they score early, but remember as well, if a team score early, you need as well now to reshuffle your structure and be able to consolidate because they're coming. You don't want to concede a second goal. You cannot just say they are leading me now and then you start running forward and try to go a second goal.
You concede another goal.
You will concede another goal. So you still have to play in a structure whereby now, the onus is on them because remember, they're still behind. They are the ones that need to get the second goal. You need to get the third goal, but they also need to get a second goal. So you need to consolidate. This thing, you're going to score 5-7 goals. It's not going to happen all the time. As I'm saying, teams, they analyze every player, individual analysis of every player. When Masanganye has the ball, what does he do? When Mako has the ball, what does he do? When Hoto has the ball, what does he do? When Munyane has the ball, what does he do? When Lepas has the ball, what does he do? Stellenbosch has done that. They've done the analysis. You see, so to nullify that, it's okay. We're gonna win the ball. We're gonna win the ball. As soon as we win the ball, we're gonna play the ball quickly behind them. If you saw first half, they nearly scored 2 goals with Rainers. All those balls were played behind our defense. Yes, now it's bypassing our midfield. But teams that, if you watch Paris, teams that play against Paris, Paris can play.
Yeah, they do play.
Watch us when we play Royal M. Because they play. It's a ball-playing team. So we are able to play against them because they can play. You see. But teams that play on a transition, leave one guy there, sometimes we struggle to play against teams. Right? Because they're throwing CBC out of position, they're throwing Klogi. And Klogi is not he's a good defender, but he can't build from a back. He struggles. If you saw today, he was struggling. He plays better when there's CBC. It's the same with CBC. CBC plays better when Da.
That's the thing.
Do you get what I mean? Because, as I'm saying to you, they played this. The coach took them to Rustenburg for a whole month, right? Individual analysis. This is how you're gonna play. They understood each other. As soon as you had those 5-6 players injured, Now you have to play new players.
That's the thing.
That were going to be your substitutes in terms of a second system, not the first system.
Yeah.
You got what I mean?
No, thank you very much, Maparata. Good analysis here.
Okay.